Hey everybody, welcome back. Quick video. I was watching the Model Car podcast over on Spotify. You can watch or listen, but I watch and listen, put it that way, because sometimes I'm driving and I can't watch it. So Brian BG Model Workshop, on there, it wasn't like a topic or anything. They were talking about their favorite hobby shops and things like that, and he mentioned on there, brought up Kmart and how Kmart used to be, not a hobby shop, but Kmart had a bunch of old model kit, not old, but at the time they used to carry a lot of model kits, right? And he said he even had a model kit with one of the Kmart price tags on it, and that kind of stuff really, I like that stuff a lot. Talking about like old history of places that used to sell model kits and things like that. And I just wanted to get on here and show some of these old price stickers that I've got on some of these models. Now, you've seen them all. I pretty well showed everything that I've ever gotten into the hobby room, but these are really cool to me. This one down here is not really a price sticker with a name, but anyway, they apparently used to sell model kits everywhere. Drugstore. I even heard, I think Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot, I think he even said there was a liquor store. That is so funny. There was a liquor store, if I'm not mistaken, out in the Phoenix area, or may have been California. I don't remember. I think he's from California. But anyway, regardless, I think there was a liquor store that used to sell model kits. I'm like, that is the ultimate store right there. I mean, you can get your fix, get a bottle of liquor and a model kit to go with it. Boy, what would that look like when you got done with it? But anyway, I don't like to take the plastic off of the ones that get these really cool old price tags on them. I won't. I don't expect that I will. So if I ever get one that's got an old price tag on it, well, that one's probably going to get saved. So, starting with, and maybe you guys know these old stores. Heck, I don't. I mean, there's a couple I do. I've heard of them at least. I've never been to them. But this is the Darrell Waltrip Mountain Dew Regal. They just repopped that. J.R. Salvino did. It is somewhere around 1983. Still in its package. It's got the free I Love Stock Car Racing sticker in this kit. Dang, I'd like to see that. It's got a sticker in there. But it's got this. It's got the price tag, $5.50 from Ralph's. I ain't got a clue what Ralph's was, but I'm sure it was some sort of department store. May have been a drugstore. I don't know what. May have been a liquor store, who knows. But yeah, $5.50 on that one. And you can do a cost calculator, like inflation calculator, which I did the other day. And kind of some of the older ones, when we see what you paid for them then, convert that to today's money. It's nowhere near where the cost is. I don't know at 1983 what the value, what inflation, and if you can explain inflation to me, I'm all ears. But it makes no sense to me that $1 is worth less now than it used to be. Isn't it still $1? I mean, makes no sense at all. Don't want to get political, don't want to get conspiratorial, don't want to get any of that. Well, I would, but this ain't the place for it. But why is your dollar, why is it that the house I live in, oh gosh, I'm already on a rabbit trail. Why is it the house that I live in, my grandparents bought it for $1,400 or $1,500 in like the mid 1960s. It was a built house. They moved it from across the road. It used to be an old sawmill. And it was a sawmill house. I had a bunch of them out there. And they bought one. Didn't have indoor plumbing or anything. Matthew, you're telling us about your house. Just trying to get somewhere. They bought it for $1,400. Why is that house now, it's not worth a whole lot, but it's darn sure worth more than $1,400. I don't get it. I've had smart people try to explain it to me. Just doesn't make sense. Anyway, $5.50 from Ralph's right there. That would have probably, I'm just going to take a guess. As a matter of fact, hold on, I'm going to get the calculator out. Okay, so I just pulled up this, I just searched it with my voice search. What was $5.50 in 1983 compared to 2024? Oh, it's down here. It's $17.29. Uh-oh, what did I do? So that's, and that's kind of my point. You know, I know model companies have to make money. I get it. It probably stuff's, obviously it's more expensive because your dollar's worth less. But this kit today, if it were brand new, if you calculate it, and that does take into account inflation, what was it, $17.29? I don't think you could buy a NASCAR kit for $17.29. They're more like, so well, 30. And with the new technology, and I know JR Salvinos have like awesome stuff, and their chrome is like amazing and stuff like that, but I think they're upwards of somewhere around $40 for a kit, something like that. I don't know how that happened, but anyway. And then this was just right there with it because I found that one that had the Ralph sticker. This had a sale, a special price. It doesn't have a store name. $3.98. I mean, I don't even know who put that on there. Could have been a thrift shop, but I bet it was from when this was on the shelf. This is a 1985 model car of Harry Gant, number 33 Harry Gant. Quick story about Harry Gant. Not about Harry Gant, but I used to have a neighbor. Well, I called him a neighbor. Now, he's now passed away, but he grew up in North Carolina, and Harry Gant was his next door neighbor. They played together as a kid. Yeah, his name was Mike, and great guy, but Mike passed away. But yeah, he told me that. He's like, you know, Harry Gant used to be my next door neighbor. We played as kids together. I thought, wow, that's cool. But anyway, $3.98. That was obviously on sale, but yeah, probably still around what, $6-7 or something like that in 1985. So there you go. That one wasn't real interesting. Sorry, I just saw the sticker and I got it. Here's one that some of you guys may be like, no, you're wrong. So this is like one of the earlier like 70s release of this Depot hack kit. This is pre AMT selling to Lesney and Matchbox, and before Erdl purchased them. So this was a straight up AMT kit. And it's got a barcode right here, which a lot of people say, oh, that's newer. No, actually, that barcode started in like the mid-70s or something like that. But anyway, here's one from Toys R Us, and I thought that's pretty cool. And it's got the price right there, $2.23. Now, I don't know if this was a sale price on this kit, or because it's orange, or is that the actual cost? I don't know. But I thought that's pretty cool. Toys R Us got an early Toys R Us barcode on this one. And $2.23. Well, let's see. I'm just going to take a guess. 1976. I think that's probably pretty close. So it'll be the year I was born. So that's 47 years ago. What was it? $2.23. I don't know. That sounds kind of legit. 23 cents. What's that equal to today? $12.33. So this kit now sells in, you know, Hobby Lobby will have, if they had this one to re-release, they've marked the prices up a year or so back, $30, and you'll get a 40% discount if you're there every like 2 weeks or something. But anyway, $40, and the current inflation of the 223 will be $12.33. So that makes me think this one probably was on sale at Toys R Us, but I ain't sure. Anyway, cool. And then my 48 Fords, and there has been so much controversy, so much, or there was, when I said that these kits were wrapped from the factory, and people said, no, they weren't. And I say, yes, they were. They were wrapped from the factory. If you'll go back and look at, if you'll find any IMC kit that is still in new condition, it will have plastic wrap on it. I don't care how far back you go. Well, I guess I do. I don't know how far back IMC goes, so I bet it, they probably did start doing kits without it. But yep, these had plastic on them before any of your other AMTs, Revels, MPCs. MPC did start, however, wrapping their kits in shrink wrap before AMT or Revel, as far as I know. But IMC, yep, they were wrapped. This is a brand new, never been touched model kit. It could be from 1966. 65 or 66 is when this kit came out. But they did make them up into like 1970 or 71. The reason I know that, well, at least it's 69. When you open these kits up, it's kind of a giveaway. They'll have a Le Mans poster that you could have mailed off, the 24-hour Le Mans from like 1965 or 66. It's got the date on it. Some of them have the moon landing diorama that you could have gotten, so that gives that date away to what they said they did it in 69, and they said they did it in 69. Haha. Anyway, that would give that away. I don't know because I ain't going to open it, but this one has got a super cool Woolworths low price of $1.77. So this one's probably my favorite sticker because Woolworths was a very well-known department store throughout, I guess, America. I don't know if they were overseas and all, but that's pretty cool. So what's $1 set? Let's just take a gander. This is a 1966 kit, and it's $1.77. Let's see what it would be valued today. And it could be, it says low price, but that could have just been a normal sticker. Let's do 1966. And to 2024, this kit would cost you today, if my signal is not working. Okay, here we go. $17.07. So so I'm thinking that's probably their sale price was because if you also notice right here, the kit is $105-200. That's $2 retail price. That's what the -200. I didn't come up with that. I've been taught that since I started this channel. I had no idea what those numbers were for. But on your older kits, you'll have the dash, and that is suggested retail price. So Woolworths was cutting you a heck of a deal and giving it to you for $1.77. So I'm thinking that was actual store price, not sale price. And again, that would have been converted to today $17.07. So costs have dramatically gone up on model kits, even taking to the account of inflation. So anyway, yeah, that one's pretty cool right there. I like that. And this is another 48 Ford that'll never get opened, and have no idea, but I'm thinking it's probably an early one too, because this has the Andersons of Maumee, Ohio. Now I remember when I got this kit and I showed this sticker, some people said they remember the Andersons store. I don't think they're in business, and I think they were like in the upper Midwest or someplace like that, if I'm not mistaken. I ain't 100% sure, but yeah, $1.36 right there. And again, these little kits here. Oh, by the way, it's also wrapped in plastic. These kits are so heavy because it's smack dab full of stuff. These were 2-in-1 kits. I know this isn't about the 48 Ford, but I'm really intrigued about them. They're full of stuff. They've got 2 different roofs. They've got 2 engines. It was a hot rod kit or 2 sets of tires, and they're probably glued to the windshields on these things. But that's okay. I probably will just let whoever, after I'm gone or whatever, they can open it up. That's fine. But I'm going to keep it like this because I think that's neat personally. And I know you guys are going to say, well, if you, and I know, if you cut the bottom out of it, you can leave the plastic. I'm just going to leave it completely sealed. But anyway, what's $1.36? Let's see what $1.36 is. And let's keep it at 1966 because it can't, I wouldn't think that it would be newer than that with that price. This one would be $13.12 in today's money. So I guess you guys know where I'm kind of going with this. It's like, I understand people have to make a profit. I totally get it. If your overhead is really high, you have to charge more money. I get it. but $13.12 would be what that converted to today's money. So, don't know. Kind of weird, but that's what it is. All right, and the last one here, and this one goes right back to Brian, or BG, this is a 1929 Mercedes-Benz SSK, the Lindbergh line. This is an old one here. This is a 1966 model kit, and the price on it, guess where it's from, and you probably saw this because I hadn't had this kit all that long. Kmart. What a neat old Kmart sticker right there. $1.44. So we have a true 1966 at $1.44. Let's see what that is. That would be in today's money. Well, I'll keep talking while the phone loads. This container box is awful for Signal. It's $13.89. So maybe some of you money people like knows how the economic system works or fails to work could let me know why this translates to $13.89. And if you were to buy this kit, let's say brand new, I know they're not making this kit anymore or anything like that, but something compares to it, you'd pay probably mid-30s. So that's twice as much as what the dollar value was when it was selling. Okay, so this would have, and that's crazy, right? So $1.44. Just let's double that. In 1966 it would have been $2.88. Whoa, Dad, can we get that kit? No, son, that's way too expensive. $2.88. I get it. It was it was what I almost said your money was worth less, but your money was actually worth more. But anyway, it just took a lot less of them to buy something. So that means when you got paid on Friday, you got, $25, $30, $40 instead of now people are getting paid what, a week, $1,000, $1,200 or something crazy like that. I don't make that much money, but that's another thing, is like people's incomes have changed so dramatically. Now to hear someone making $1,000 a week, it's like, okay, but when people were making like $50 a week, but they were getting by just like, what we would be today, if not maybe easier. And I didn't live back then, and I'm probably speaking out of turn there, but it just seemed like life was easier, except they didn't have things like nail guns and electric drills and things like that. I'm talking about way back. Could you imagine like having to drill a hole with these hand drills, those things that you like do that right there with? Oh my. So yeah, we have it good today. We do it with technology and things like that. Now technology can get so out of hand that it robs our time dramatically. I was just watching I like AC/DC. I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. And I was watching an old live concert from 1991. Yeah, 1991. I like to watch live concerts. I just think they're entertaining. But I noticed that all the people in the crowd, you didn't see any cell phones held up taking. You didn't even see cameras because I don't think there were too many digital cameras back in 91. So it was like those people actually got to enjoy the concert instead of like, oh, let me make sure I've got it on. Oh yeah, I got it right there on my phone. I got it. And now, instead of watching the concert, they're watching their phone the whole time. It's kind of crazy. So technology can take us out or it can disconnect us from reality, and has. But looking at stuff like this, it just kind of it makes me think, should I slow down? And I think we all should take time to slow down a little bit. And that's like what's the pot calling the kettle black? I never slow down, man. The reason I haven't been making many videos is because I've been busy doing other things. And when I say busy, I'm not like after I get home from work, I like to sit down and watch the news and no, when I get home from work, I go to work. So it's like life is super busy. I can remember as a kid also, the day seemed a lot longer. I grew up in the era before cell phones and and all that stuff. Even really video games. I mean, the Atari and the Nintendo came out too, but that was nothing that drew you in like the video games of today. But anyway, I can remember the days just seemed like they were so long, and time lasted so much longer. But anyway, that's what we get. We ask for it, we get it. But anyway, hey, I would like to know one thing. If you've stuck with it to hear so far and not turned it off because I've went on so many rabbit trails, I would like to see if you have a YouTube channel, or if you just want to comment. I'd love to know what's the earliest kit that you have that still has a price tag on it. That stuff's really interesting to me. If you have a YouTube channel and you've got some cool kits, or a kit, doesn't matter to me, with an old price sticker on it, let's reminisce. And well, I don't know if I'm reminiscing. I do that quite often. I'll be like, that takes me back to 1966, but I never was there. It could take me back to 1976, however. As a matter of fact, this one could take me back to 1976, although I wouldn't remember anything because I was born in October, and so not much of 76 was left when I was born. But this kind of thing, I remember going in Toys R Us as a kid, and we didn't have one nearby. Jacksonville, Florida was the closest big city that had a Toys R Us. So, I mean, we went to Jacksonville like once a year. But I do remember going into Toys R Us and seeing model kits. Not as interested in them then as I am now, because now what would we do if we had something like that? Well, number one, we couldn't afford it because the price of inflation. If they were still selling them, they'd be $40 a piece. So it'd be hard to. It would be hard to go out there with a buggy full of model kits. But I remember KB Toys. We did have a mall. The mall's still there, but it's you know how malls are. Over in Brunswick, Georgia, they had a KB toy store, and they had model kits too. And I cannot remember. This is one crazy thing, guys. I got one crazy thing to say, and then I'll end this video. I can't once remember buying a model kit as a kid. Not once. I can't remember it. That is so weird to me because I built a bunch of model cars. My dad didn't just come home with them. My mom didn't just come home with them. I'm the one who said, can I get that? I can't remember buying a single model kit as a kid. I don't know what in the heck. I have had a CAT scan before. I do have a brain, so it partially works, but I can't remember it ever going and buying a model kit. So peculiar to me. But anyway, that's another rabbit trail for another day. Anyway, guys, yeah, let me know if you've got any old kits with these price tags on them like that. And if you do, share them, man. I think it's so cool. Keep the old history of this hobby, you know, at least what the kits cost, because we could only dream of that cheap. If you go to model shows, you can get them for 10 or 15 bucks, which is an absolute steal when you can find those tables. And I do tend to walk out of there with quite a few. But anyway, all right, guys, well, that's all I got. So I hope I didn't bore you too much, and I look up at these things and I'm amazed. I can only say, what would it have been like? And I've heard read many of your comments that you guys that did grow up in these times, and that it was somewhat of a golden era of model building, although it was you got what you got. There was no 3D printing and all that stuff. But speaking of 3D printing, by the way, don't forget to go over and check out my website, mcvproducts.net. I've worked today. Today is Saturday. I don't know what the date is, but it doesn't matter if you're watching this 5 years from now. It doesn't really matter anyway. I've been working on some new wheels and different things. Quite a few 4x4 truck wheels and tires combos, sets, and they're not on the website yet, but I'm eager or frantically trying to get that stuff on there. So I got some new wheels and tires. I'm starting to work with another designer that's got some really cool stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with that either. Go check it out, mcvproducts.net. Also, hobbynutmodels.com. When I built my 48 Ford, it got MCW paint and everything else, and it was all supplied from a great online store, hobbynutmodels.com. Go check it out. It's always linked in the description below, as well as my website and my Facebook group and all that stuff. So you guys take care. I really appreciate you, and I love the history. I'm a history nut. I like to watch old timey car videos and stuff. I just love it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good well, I would say Sunday, but you're probably not going to be watching this on Saturday, so yeah, never mind. Hope you have a good day, whatever day it may be, and hey guys, we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.